What's going on, everybody? It's CryptoVision here, back again with another crypto market update. Today's video, we're going to be checking out XLM, Stellar Lumens. If you like today's video, hit that like button, subscribe for more. Leave a comment where you're tuning in from. I really appreciate it. So we got XLM here on the daily chart. Yes, I bought again. I know some say that, I'm a maniac. I had 22.5 as a buy order, and I had 24.3 as a buy order. So, yes, I know. People are saying we're going to zero. People are saying we, are in a bear market. I can't help but buy assets at fair values, right? Overall, right, if we come up through here and reject, okay? So the way the channel works is you have areas of interest, right, through here. Red obviously is to the downside. Yellow is, they're gatekeepers to the upside. Pardon me, and then green targets are for the upside, okay? I will get into the top, but we're gonna go bottom up, okay? If we come up through here and reject, I will unload 15 to 25%, possibly. 15% more than likely. It just depends on the mood, honestly. It will be a percentage relative to down through here of my bags. So I'll add what I bought through there, and I'll go through and do the math and get an area up through here. I do believe, right, that getting oversold for a prolonged period of time leads to a rally. I don't know if the rally is going to be, right, if I'm being honest, is the rally going to be, is this, another A, B, C, like something up through here, you get a rejection, then you really come down, right? I don't believe so, right? My thesis is, right, you're in A, B, C, okay? You've come down, you've taken the lows, okay? On Binance, you've definitely taken the lows. You came down to like 15 cents or whatever. And I believe in XLM. XLM is my largest bag. It's an ISO 2022 coin, whatever. Add the extra zero. And it has real world capabilities. There's a lot of things that you can really dive into about XLM that make me, it's not so much a trader, but an investor of XLM for sure, right? So I'm not so, on DGen I just covered, it's a guaranteed, at this percentage, I'm going to take some off if we reject. Through here, I made maybe 5-10%, something like that, so I can buy more. It's not even about, I know it sounds crazy, but I truly believe in crypto, and I believe in a core set of cryptos, right? The assets that, transition. It's just like Visa. It's like your American Expresses, your Discovers, your whatever, you name the credit card, right? Your Capital One, right? In the 80s, in the 70s, people paid with cash, right? It was very, very rare to see, I don't even know. I don't even know if those were a thing. And then, all of a sudden, in today's world, nobody has cash, right? You have cash if you work certain jobs, but most people don't have cash. And so the transition, most people didn't believe in, right? And those companies that front ran everything, that were innovative, right? And that saw the way that the world is going, right? Made a lot of money and were very successful. And it's no different than today, right? There's going to be the next innovation move, the next transition. And I believe, truthfully, it comes down to this whole one world order, this one world government thing. And what does a one world government need? It needs a one world currency. It needs something where you can buy something here and buy something in Europe, in Asia, in South America, in wherever it is, right? And you use the same currency, and it is translatable, right? And it's tracked and it's controlled. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm saying this is the way the world is headed, right? And so it's either you can see what is in front of you, or you can react to what's in front of you, right? And so overall, right, XLM is on the category for me for I really believe in the asset. Yes, at higher targets, I'm gonna sell. of course, but I'm not going to sell everything, even at $1.10. If we get up to here, I'm not going to sell everything. I'll sell a good amount of it and buy lower if it retraces, when it retraces, right? Not if, but when. But I will always have some, right? Always have some, and it'll be, something that your grandparents talk about. Like, oh yeah, I have all these silver nickels or whatever that I saved, or I bought, some stocks from Amazon or Google back in the day. I don't know what it is, but something that you just intrinsically know is valuable, and that, over the years, over the decades, it's something that you look back on. It's like, you know what? I'm glad I held on to some. I'm glad that, there's still some that I can pass on, or whatever it is, right? And so, sorry for the tangent, right? We're at a level, right? Everything is moving up this week. I do like it, right? But the weekly candle, I do like the weekly candle. I do. We got a wick to the downside. The thing is, we cannot reverse course now, because if we come out and tomorrow is red, then the candle on the weekly looks bearish, right? We can't just get slammed down after some green, right? We have some green. It's not, it's not something that, okay, we're gone to the races. Yes, I have been calling for a green week, and this is a great start, but we can't turn around and give up gains, right? You need to start working and making big moves. You need a 1-2 setup, right? You definitely need a 1-2 setup. This area through here too is going to be big. The 30-cent range that, was so big through, through here, 30 cents, right? I don't even need a measurement for it, right? It's pretty, I've been in the asset, I know, right? 30 cents is huge, right? It's very big. You can just see all the interactions through it, right? Like key interactions with it, right? So 30 cents is huge. So step one for sure is to get back in this freaking, people will say, yo, your trend lines, there's price action outside your trend lines. Yes, I want to capture, the full aspect of it, not just wick to wick, because then you're not understanding, okay, this is a fake out, this is a fake out, this is a fake out, right? We had a fake out up through here, right? And it's looking something similar to this, right? Let's go ahead and inverse this, right? I just operate differently. I'm sorry if that's something you're not used to, but that's the way I do it, right? This, right? Something like this, how you come back up, and then it looks like you're going to reject, and boom, you shoot up, right? That's what I'm thinking is going to happen this week. I know it's crazy to say, right? You come back, you come out, you back test, you come up, you look like right here, you're scared as crap. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, we're going to freaking 7 cents, we're going to this, we're going to that. I'm not a believer in that, right? So you're down below all your EMAs, okay? You're trying to work your way back up in this, right? You're looking for like some kind of 1-2. Right, that would be very nice to do something like that. Right, come back down, back test to 20, and then rip. Right, catch everybody off guard. The best setup would be something like this, right? Something like this, like that. That would be the best setup. Right? Come back down, back test, and then go. Something like that. In terms of upside potential, right? So I've had subscriber requests for upside potential. 64 cents is a big one, 91 cents, and $1.10. Before any of that, on the weekly, I have 52 cents, right? 52 cents. I can add it to the. It's right here, 52. This is the most important, the scariest. This is the scariest of them all, right? This really is, okay? It's actually like 52. I know it's a little bit higher. It's like this right here. 52.2. Potato, right? This, like, down through here is, I've been telling people, down through here is the easier part. Okay? If you're shorting down through here, good luck. Right? Good luck. You are gonna have a fun time. Up through here, this is a scary part, because if you come up through here, right, everything looks strong. Everything looks good. Right, you're going through this, you're doing this, and then you come up and reject through there, right? Then what do you do? Right, then what do you do? Do you de-risk? Of course. I mean, it would be unwise to not de-risk from an area of previous resistance if you come up and reject, right? But then, is it, is it a setup? Because if you're coming up through here and you have like your 1, 2, and then your 1, 2, 3, sorry, 3, you come back down for a fourth and you come up for a fifth, that's not the move we're looking for. That's not the move we're looking for. This price range right here shouldn't be a big deal, right? You should be able to come up like a 1, 2, right? Then you got the 1, 2 of your fifth wave. So you got your 1, 2. You need 5 waves. 1, 2, 3. You need to come up through here like that. 3, 4, 5, something like that, right? Something like that. That would be ideal, right? Then you come back down. So that would be your 1, 2, right? Something down here is your 2. That's your 3. That's your 4. That's your 5, right? So you got 5 waves, right? So you got 5 waves, and then you come down, right? So you overall, right? Overall, right? You got your 1, 2, 3. You'd come down for a fourth of your fifth wave, and then you'd come up for 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And you'd have your fifth wave. Okay. So the big move for this wave is going to be the third wave of the fifth wave. The third wave of the fifth wave. I know it's confusing, but that's the move we're looking for, right? We're looking for the third wave of the fifth wave. In terms of the RSI, it looks like you're coiled up. I mean, the fact that you're coming down through here and you're just coiled up. You're bouncing, right? I don't see a reason why. You got bullish divergence on the Fu Manchu. I don't see a reason why you don't get a retracement here. I'm not saying, you just go to 90 cents. But a retracement, right? Retracement, clear out some shorts, right? Clear out some shorts. I think there's some over-leveraged shorts. There's some greedy shorts. And, you still have got bullish divergence on the daily. Still bullish divergence on the daily. You got bullish divergence on the Fu Manchu. Bullish divergence on the daily. You have bullish divergence on the weekly. You're looking for some, look at this through here. Looks healthy. Looks healthy right now, right? Can you get 5 up? Right? Can you get your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? You'd kind of want a little bit more on your fifth, but then your fifth is bigger than your third. So, quite possibly you come up right up through here. I don't know. Let's see it. Hey, let's take a look. But before that, right, look at all of this bullish divergence, ladies and gentlemen. This is insane. This is insane through here. I haven't seen anything like this in a long time. You've broken out. You've back tested. You're looking strong. Like, this looks solid. XLM looks solid, and guess what led that last run? XLM, XRP, Dogecoin. Look at all this right before your run. Potato, right? We've been talking about the comparison with your cross below where is it? It's on the daily, the 100 below the 200, down through this area. I've had this multiple times on a bars pattern. Right? Multiple times. I'll do it again. For the new subs. This is for the new peeps, all right? This is for all you guys, okay? This is going to be a pain in the ass with my super sensitive mouse. I'm a gamer too, so my mouse is just super sensitive, right? We're going to move this over slightly, something like this. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you can see it, right? Can you see what I see? Right, you got the lower high structures, lower highs, you got lower lows, okay? Then you got this low, right? And then you come back, then you have like this 1-2 setup, right? You have a 1-2 setup. And so that's what I'm expecting, right? That's what I'm expecting. That's what I've been on about, banging on about over and over again. People are getting annoyed, but that's what I believe in, and I believe in this asset, right? So we're looking for a 1-2 setup. This similar move, right? The similar move, right? If you're really looking at size, right? Something like that. I'll just take the lows, right? You're coming up to 52 cents. That would be terrible. I just went over why it would be terrible. It would be terrible to manage your trade because, yeah, you can take profits, right? I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, right? If you're up a good amount of percentage, right? Greed is one of the 7 deadly sins, right? Greed will kill you, and it'll kill your confidence too if you make the wrong decisions. And so I think right now is a time to make a plan. What are you going to do? Right? What are you going to do when green candles start coming in? Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's really hard to sell when green candles start coming in because you're just like another 5%, another 10%, another 5%. I'm going to sell. I promise I'm going to sell. And you just can't hit sell. I have a way harder time selling than buying. I'm honest. I'm just telling you how it is. I experience that. I go through that. I'm human. I experience greed, right? I'm not a robot. So what I do is I have a plan, right? I have a plan. If we come up to 52 cents, I'm going to take 10% off, whatever it is, 15% off. I'm going to take a percentage off. The reasons why I'm not disclosing exactly is because of YouTube and, the financial advisor thing. Maybe when I create a membership channel where it's a little bit more private, right? A little bit more nuanced. I can disclose what I'm doing in my trades and things like that. And I'm just not ready to do that until, I get a little bit more subscribers, right? Get to that 1,000 subscribers and ask, if that's something you guys want, I can do that. But, in this channel, it's just a generalization of what I am doing. And, I don't want to influence people in a way that could, make or break their future, right? Because this channel is what I am doing, right? And so, like I said, we come up to 52 cents and we're showing weakness. Yes, I am going to take a percentage off the table, right? It could be 25%. It could be that initial 10% I talk about and set a stop loss of another 25% if we come down below 50 cents. There are various things that I do when we come up to big resistance levels, right? I like to pay myself. I've been clear about that. 10% off the table, right? Just 10% off the table. It gives you cash on the side. You can reinvest it. You can spend some money, do whatever you want. And I think that's fair, right? You pay yourself for going through this bull crap of a freaking market that we go through, of the manipulation that we go through, that all the fuckery we go through, right? I got to throw one in there. Just a bunch of bullshit, right? And so I that's what I believe in, but that's not what you have to believe in, right? And so overall, that's what I think is going to happen. It's, there's so much bullishness going on right now when the sentiment is terrible, when the news is absent, right? There's not a reason, right? There's no tariff news. There's no war, right? We made it through war. We made it through tariffs. We made it through, the political landscape that we're in is absolutely terrible. We made it through the Fed battling the current market, just not really wanting to give in. And so, there's a lot of things against the bulls, but in all of that, right? In all of that, there still, for some reason, is this underlying wave, this underlying feeling of momentum building, right? There's something going on the background. I can see it, right? You can call me crazy, you can call me weird, but I can see what the big players are doing. I can see their positioning, right? These big money people, they position themselves to catch these waves, right? To catch the new trend, to catch the new technology, right? Overall, right, if you're buying, like me, right, I'm going to use me as an example. If you're buying and then you come up to 52 cents, that's 131%. That's a great ROI. You go put that in a CD, you go put that in a dividend account or whatever it be, 8, 10%, 12% if you're lucky. 131% is absolutely astronomical for a very large investment, right? Even if you're for a small investment, it's very large. And so, you know, this 52 cent, like I've been banging on about, is very, very important. So that's what I got for XLM. It does look bullish, right? You're breaking out of the RSI level, right? You got a green dot on the Fu Manchu. You've got tons of bullish divergence down through here. You got bullish divergence on the 4 hour. You've had bullish divergence on the 4 hour, right? You got higher lows, right? I mean, tons of bullish divergence. You got lower lows. I mean, I think it's inevitable that this thing is about to freaking go crazy and catch a lot of people off guard. So that's what I got for today. That's what I got for the rest. That's all I'm doing for today. Tomorrow I'm going to be covering Flux, XCN, and XRP. So if you're interested in those, let me know. As always, I appreciate your time. If you like today's video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe for more. I really appreciate that. It helps out the channel a bunch. So as always, take it easy. Peace.